live from the Texas Cheerlickers Studios. It's In the Building with Mike Taylor and Rudy J.
Well, I felt like a dumbass there for a little while for picking the Cowboys to win this game.
We both did. I had buyer's remorse for a minute too. I was like, oh shit. I even before the game, I'm like, hey, come watch the game with me. This Cowboys defense got something to say.
Yeah.
And I was looking like a dumbass, and then here we are.
Wow. So the great Jimmy Johnson, Rudy, used to always say that the difference between winning and losing normally does not come down to who makes the most plays.
Right.
It comes down to who makes the most mistakes in a given game, usually.
Right.
I don't want to take away any credit from the Cowboys because all they did was sit back and play their game and not let themselves get out of it. The Philadelphia Eagles should have won this game 45-17 today.
Yes.
The Eagles gave Dallas this game, and credit the Cowboys for taking it. The Cowboys are down 21-0 in this game. Rudy and I and Jose Bouquet, the audio disseminator, all picked Dallas to win the game Friday. I went way against my own head. I just thought maybe there's some momentum, the Marshawn Nealon emotion. You have to win this game. You're feeling good about yourself after you play well against the Raiders, even though it was Vegas and they sucked. You still felt good about yourself. And so I reluctantly said on Friday, give me Brandon Aubrey for a game-winning field goal. And by golly, it shouldn't even have happened. Because if we're doing Eagles post-game show in Philadelphia, I am calling for heads to roll.
No shit.
Shit to bed and let the Cowboys win this game.
I hate the fucking Eagles.
Oh, well, you don't ever apologize for winning in the NFL. You damn sure don't apologize for beating your division rival. And the Dallas Cowboys have won tonight, 24-21. It is Cowboys post-game knee jerks presented by Legacy Pools of San Antonio, Texas. If you call Legacy Pools of San Antonio and you get a pool, Rudy, don't panic. I volunteered you for something.
Okay.
If you buy a pool through Legacy Pools of San Antonio, Rudy and I will personally come to your house
and skinny dip
and spend the day with you swimming in your pool. No bullshit. Are you down for that?
I'm down for that.
Okay, I knew you would. I knew you would be.
You have to twist my arm for that.
Yeah. I normally don't make your decisions for you, but today I was given a proposition by Lawrence and his wife, the people that run family-owned and operated company at Legacy Pools of San Antonio. If we do get somebody that listens to the post-game show that decides to buy a pool, will you and Rudy come to their house and be the first to jump in and initiate the pool? I've said, I'm going to go ahead and say yes on behalf of Rudy and me. So absolutely yes. It is Legacy
I'm there.
Pools. They're starting a 5-game run of being the presenting sponsor of our Cowboys post-game show. So thank you so much to Legacy Pools of San Antonio. And they picked a hell of a game. I was worried we weren't going to have anybody watching the game. I was sitting there on Twitter like, what would you rather be doing? Shaving my nutsack, shopping for sweaters with my wife at the mall. People were telling me what they would rather be doing. Rudy, the Cowboys had no business winning this game, and I can't believe they won tonight. I'm excited. No. I can't believe it because Dallas should have lost by 3 touchdowns.
Again, I mean, and if you go back to it, if you look at the first half, the 4th and 3 at the 50, they don't get it. Philly goes down and scores. A lot of stuff happened in the first half that didn't go Dallas's way. So, again, what we talked about last week with the Raiders, and we tried our hardest not to knee jerk, but we all saw it. We all felt it. And then they come out in the second half. And now they did miss a field goal, but at the end of the day, to only give up a big fat goose egg and at worst 3 in the second half is, again, we all saw it. But this defense, there's a little bit more attitude. There's a little bit more something over there. Because, again, we all knew Philly coming in was struggling offensively. But to pitch a shutout, this is a game 3 weeks ago. This is a game 3 weeks ago. They lose by 30.
Yeah.
This is a game they lose by 33 weeks ago. It's a whole different attitude. I was ready to come in here and crush Dak. He looked a little jumpy to me. He looked a little hurried, looked a little quick. But he stayed the course. And mama, there goes that man, number 3.
Dude.
All he does is get open. And he got damn super glue on them damn gloves. I mean, what, 9 for 9 on 9 targets, 9 catches, something stupid like that.
I don't. If
Again, we
anyone's
talked about it
playing
last
better,
week. I don't know. I don't know if you can watch. I'm sorry, George. I love you. I love your family. Your granddaughters and your daughters, they can come to the house and come swimming. But I'm going to franchise tag you, boss.
hey, business is business. If anybody's playing the position better than him, I don't know who they are.
It's not nobody.
Nobody.
And for him and Dak to get this kind of chemistry, and he's already over 1,000 yards in 10 games, 11 games. Are they 5-5-1, 11 games?
Yeah.
Unreal, dude. Unreal.
What a game.
Now, Eagles were out with 2 cornerback starters, but again, everybody's hurt. Dallas has been hurt all year. They just got some starters back last week, so can't give them that excuse.
No, and that the NFL is set up where it's not an excuse. I mean, the Patriots don't have a starting left tackle or left guard, and there's still ways to win games. It happens to everybody. And this is the second game, and I've been harping on this. It's the second game of a 12-day span in which you have 3 freaking games in 12 days, which is bullshit. But by God, they've done well. They've won 2 of those 3. And the Chiefs got beat again today. The Chiefs are
the Chiefs won. They came back and won. They won in overtime.
The Chiefs came back and won. And yeah, the Chiefs have no more margin for error. They're going to have to travel on a short week and play the Cowboys at home, and Dallas is competitive at home. Honestly, I mean, if you'd asked me, I'm sitting there at the end of the first quarter thing, and my God, the end is nigh. The coach is Brian Schottenheimer and his staff.
I'm still mad at him, by the way. We're gonna get to him.
We will.
We'll get to him.
Yeah, because here's the thing. We're gonna celebrate this win, but we're gonna analyze the whole game.
Right.
The Dallas Cowboys were not ready to play from the beginning of the game. That's on the coach. You're playing the best defense in the game, and you're punting at midfield, and you're basically giving them points to start the game.
Yeah,
you're giving them points. The first touchdown was not on the Cowboys defense. It was on Brian Schottenheimer.
You don't go for it on 4th and 3 against the best defense in the league.
Not at midfield. And then you should have kicked the field goal at the end of the game, the second to last possession they have. What are we doing? I mean,
or run the ball.
Give
it back to Javonte Williams.
Dallas Cowboys. So we had Schottenheimer completely out of his league, getting out coached by Sirianni and Nick Fangio on the Eagles coaching staff. Dak Prescott was not very good in the first 2.5 quarters either.
No.
CeeDee Lamb had 3 drops in this game. They're doing these dumbass penalties. Brandon Aubrey's missing field goals. I mean, at that point, it's like, I mean, come on, man.
When Brandon Aubrey missed a field goal, I was ready to call game. I was ready to wave the white flag. I was like, Dak had thrown the red zone interception.
Yeah.
And then Aubrey missed the field goal. I was like, okay, it's just not their week. They're just not going to win. But them son of a guns kept fighting, Mike.
Yep, they did. And despite all that, I mean, at no point did I think the Cowboys were going to win the game until the turnover at the very end. And credit Dak, and credit the coaching staff, because they killed the clock perfectly.
They did.
With George Pickens' help and with Ferguson's help, they set up an easy chip shot for Brandon Aubrey, and the Cowboys get out of there with a win tonight. Pretty crazy. We want to hear from the people. If you want to jump into the chat, you certainly may do so. If you want to tip us, you certainly may do that as well. You can jump in there with a super chat, which you can give us $1 or $1 million. We'll take all of them and use them for good. Cowboys win tonight. It's the Cowboys knee-jerk postgame show presented by Legacy Pools of San Antonio. And give the players all the credit because, and I'll stand by this, Brian Schottenheimer sucked tonight. He sucked. They won despite their coach and despite him not ready to play, ridiculous decisions to go for it like Dan Campbell. Should have punted in the first half. Should have went for the field goal. Complete coaching mismatch. But, man, you and I have spent we've spent the better part of a month questioning A.J. Brown, throwing Jalen Hurts under the bus, bitching about lack of touches, lack of whatever. You get the report this week in Philadelphia that multiple players are frustrated with Jalen Hurts' lackadaisical play, blah, blah, blah. Offense is struggling. And man, and I've been critical of the Eagles. It's like, how you gonna bitch about? How you gonna go squill to the media about Jalen Hurts? If you got a problem with this man, hash it out like grown ass men behind closed doors, and we never find out about it. And I've been calling the Eagles like, oh, what we been bitching? You're the champions. You're 8-2, blah blah blah. But boy, if I'm an Eagles fan tonight, I'm pretty damn frustrated because they got the lead, and didn't do shit from there on in. I thought at some point they'd take the game over and win it anyway in the fourth quarter, and they never did, and the Cowboys took advantage of it. The Eagles have issues. They do have issues.
When you really when you sit down and watch Jalen Hurts for 60 minutes, it does look like he doesn't give a shit, but I know he gives a shit more than there's 22 guys on the field.
But he gives didn't take the game over when he
gives a shit just as much as anybody out there. But I can see how sometimes it can be a little frustrating because it does look a little laid back, but he's just an even keel guy. But this on Sirianni too. If you can't muster any type of offense in 30 minutes, that's on you as well. But this to me is more about when you let you get to 21-7 and then the Cowboys, they kind of stumble upon here and then they get it to 21-14, then it gets weird because then you get tight. And I think that's what happened. I mean, of course, you got the 2 fumbles. That was a horrible decision by Gibson to even field that punt. Yep. But the 2 fumbles, but I just feel like Philly got tight once it got to 21-14.
Yeah, they did. The Cowboys got the momentum back. They played well. Dak and George Pickens have magic going. Javonte Williams has something going. I've been high on Malik Davis since he became a Cowboy.
That's the only thing Shotty did right tonight, the change of pace with Malik. Because it was a good change. It was like, it was a little thunder and lightning. It was like Pollard. When Pollard was backing up Zeke, it was tough to figure out the run game. And that's probably the only thing I'll give Shotty credit for tonight. Was like, let's get Malik some touches. And it caught Philly off guard because he hasn't gotten many touches this year. So that was a great call by Shotty. Great. I appreciate you bringing that up.
All right. Jose Bouquet, our audio disseminator, just texted me. He does not have to take a dump. He does not have to take a bong rip, but he has a video apparently he wants to play. Bouquet, do you have it ready to play? Guaranteed for the weekend before we get out of here? Oh, here we go. This is Friday.
No, I mean, I think it's wacky enough I'm taking the Cowboys.
All right. I'm going to give it. How about a score? Since we're all picking Dallas, let's see who's closest to the score.
14-17.
Ooh. Whoa. Okay. So Rudy had 17-14. Okay.
Cowboys win.
Bouquet, what's your pick?
35-31 Cowboys.
No.
Whoa. Okay.
No way. No way.
I don't even know if those are football scores, but
okay. I'm gonna pick a weird score. I'm gonna go 26-24 Dallas.
Ooh.
Brandon Aubrey with a game-winning field goal, and the Cowboys get out of there with a 2-point win.
Yeah,
field goal by
we
gonna win that bitch. We gonna win that bitch.
Yeah. Rudy, I'm not always this accurate, so I'm going to talk S when it happens.
What I have, 17-14? Yeah, you were closer.
Yeah, I was just barely closer, but I had the Aubrey game-winning field goal too, so that's what happened tonight. I'm shocked. I'm shocked. At no point did I think Dallas was going to win the game until they got the ball at the end because I knew Aubrey would make that field goal as long as they didn't fumble the damn ball. I didn't want to go to overtime because at some point you're just thinking Philadelphia is just going to decide to score fast, and they just are a long pass to one of their wide receivers who are also good, or Saquon's going to break one off or something. But when they got the ball at the end, I thought, okay, wow, they're going to win this game. Because Aubrey's not going to miss anything within 50. He's not going to miss again, and he didn't in the Cowboys win. I'm shocked.
And Turpin didn't have his best game. Fair catching that screwed up some really, really good field position. Some drops. He didn't have his best game either. But again, man,
it was ugly.
It was ugly, man. But they got it done.
Yeah, and for them to make as many mistakes as they made in the first half, for them to beat the Eagles. Doesn't that just go to show you the NFL, man? The freaking NFL.
It was a wacky week all around, but yeah.
Stupid. I don't even know why I tweet during the first half because nothing ever stays in the NFL.
No.
Nothing ever stays. I was so bored.
We've been talking people off the ledge with the Pickens is better than Lamb, and I'm still not coming all the way over to that side. But Lamb it wasn't his best effort. Again, they should not have won this game. I've already said Dak was bad for 2.5 quarters. CD was bad. Turpin was bad. Shotty was bad. The red zone turnovers, not scoring on 4th and goal. Like, you're not supposed to beat a team that's 8-2 playing that way, down 21.
No.
Not supposed to happen, man.
Yeah,
and
the
the defense.
improbability.
Yeah,
You know,
Eberflus in the defense saved Shoddy's ass tonight.
They did, man. You always see those probabilities, those percentiles. So as the game goes along, so and so has this percent chance to win.
Right.
Dallas probably had a 2% chance to win at the half, and then it probably even in mid fourth quarter it was still probably 30% chance, and the Eagles just never scored. And here's what I don't want to do. And while we're on here, it's become kind of why the Eagles lost. I don't want to get out of here without giving the defense its flowers. The Cowboys defense, I don't give a shit what the circumstances are. As terrible as they have been, I don't care how bad the Eagles have been offensively. For them to go out there and hold that team to no points in the second half, we got something rolling here a little bit. All we've asked for the last month is to not be horrible. Just give the offense a shot. And they pull the Quinnen Williams trade off. Ain't heard from them people that all y'all that didn't like that trade. Where y'all been for the last 2 weeks?
I can't hear you.
I don't hear anybody. They bring in Quinnen Williams, and what it's done is it's made Osa Odigizua more productive. It's taken pressure off the defensive front. The kid Wilson they brought in at middle linebacker, he's been rejuvenated. Hell, he's out there. He's the one calling the plays now. He's the middle linebacker who calls the signals. He relays the calls to the team. They've gotten Ravel back on the field, the rookie kid they drafted. Donovan Wilson has returned. Ezra Raku was started to come on. Dare I say the Cowboys have gone to one of the worst 5 defenses in the league to not as shitty as we thought. I don't want to say good, but not as shitty as they were. They're not horrible. No. They're not shitty. And that's okay at this point.
And this win is important for psyche reasons because, again, you beat the Raiders and you kind of go home and you shower and you decompress. And you wake up, Tuesday morning, and you're like, "Are we good?" Or was that the Raiders? You know what I mean? So you kind of in that no man's land. But you win a game like this, and now that Chiefs game doesn't look like Mount Everest. Now the Lions don't look like the Great Wall of China. Now the Chargers, like all of these wins. Now you go in and be like, "Oh, okay." And keep in mind, and I can go in there and say, look, we played awful and we found a way to win, which is what kind of teams do that? Good teams.
Yeah, they do.
And I'm not saying that they're a good team yet, but what I'm saying is this type of win puts you in that trajectory to turn into a good team. And you feel like, okay, we just beat one of the best teams in the league. We can play with anybody. So this one is the Raiders win is like, okay, we got off the mat. But this one is like, okay, yeah, I ain't worried about Patrick Mahomes coming in here. Although you're going to have to you got to bring your lunch pail. You got to bring your lunch pail. That's Patrick Mahomes, and he's in Texas. You got to bring your lunch pail, but it doesn't feel insurmountable.
They had that 2 game. So they had that stretch where they played the Cardinals, then they got the bye, and then they played the Raiders. And you and I were saying you need to win both of these games because you're probably not going to beat the Eagles.
Right.
But you shit the bed against the Cardinals. They make up for it and beat Vegas. But they beat the Eagles. So I guess that cancels out the Arizona loss. And so sitting here at 500, man, there's no reason why this thing can't get a little hot here and wind up battling for the wild card over the next 4 or 5 weeks. There's no reason they can't.
3-1. You got Eagles, Chiefs, Chargers, Lions. You got to come out of that 3-1. I'm not going to sit here and ask them to go 4-0. It's the NFL. Right. But to stay on pace, you got to, and that's going to be a tall task. But you got to come out of this 3-1 before you get to the Commanders, which is a very winnable game because they're a mess.
They are a mess. All right, it's Cowboys post-game knee jerks presented by Legacy Pools of San Antonio. Bouquet, you got the information. Fired off. Rudy and I will be the first people to come and initiate your pool if indeed you call Legacy Pools of San Antonio. And here's a cool bit they've got going. They will offer a free heater for the purchase of a pool. All right. If you purchase a pool through Legacy Pools of San Antonio and you're one of our people you mentioned in the building, you are going to get yourself a free heater put in. This is a small business, female-owned, family-owned and operated by a married couple. Great folks, directly deal with the owners through this process. There's no salespeople. There's no project manager that don't know the clients and what they need. This is a family-owned Pluto San Antonio company. that builds high quality, very elegant, beautiful backyard projects, and not just pools, outdoor kitchens, covered patios, exterior restrooms, privacy walls, any outdoor yardscape that goes with a pool and or a spa. They can make it look like freaking Playboy Mansion Grotto if that's what you want. It's Legacy Pools of San Antonio. Mention us, of course, and get yourself a free heater. Those things are not cheap, man. Thank you to Legacy Pools of San Antonio, Texas.
Those outdoor kitchens are sexy.
Dude.
Get yourself an outdoor kitchen and put your TV up, especially this time of year in Texas and outdoor. That's where I like to hang out. I like to hang out at my buddy's house that have those outdoor kitchens. So even if it's not a pool, get yourself an outdoor kitchen. Set you up a couple TVs, a couple grills. That's good times right there. Good manly times right there.
Yes, sir. All right, we got money coming in. Let's do money. Dan Pod is in the building. CD still detoxing from Vegas.
You ain't lying. He wasn't his best. He had a big bomb. He caught that one bomb, which I thought was offensive pass,
which was a hell of a catch. I thought he pushed off on a face mask. Give CD a bag of saline and Pickens a bag of gold bars. Boy, we've turned on CD Lamb all of a sudden.
It don't take long, Mike.
It does not for long. Isn't that what the NFL stands for?
I feel like the Eagles, Mike, chose Pickens to beat them. And I don't know if that was the right decision. I think teams may start to change that. And what I mean by that is they're the best duo in the league because of each other. But it feels like Philly was like, okay, we're going to do our best to take CD away. And it didn't work. Now, going forward, now that the tape is out and now that Pickens at 1,000 yards, that may change. We may see teams say, oh, shit, we need to be – where's 3? Keep a safety high. Keep a linebacker underneath on him, and let's let CD play one-on-one. I think the Eagles chose the other route, and it bit them in the ass.
You know, so often, and of course, look, it's a small helping here. Cowboys didn't even play the damn playoff game. They didn't even clinch the playoff.
Yeah, we don't know what's going to happen.
No, we don't. But it is hard. It's hard to have one high-priced diva wide receiver, right? Dallas has 2. And as pissed off as I am at Schottenheimer for tonight and not having his best game, I'm going to let him off the hook and forgive him because they won. They love the guy. This guy has the pulse of that room. So he's to be credited for that. And he's also managing 2 badass wide receivers, which is hard to do because even though they act all buddies and they're going out together and they're missing curfew and having a good time, you know how these kids are, these wide receivers. One starts getting a little more touches and one doesn't get as many looks, and we get weird shit in the locker room. Now, it's not even December yet, but, CeeDee Lamb is still very happy and has no threats to his job. George Pickens is showing the league why Pittsburgh effed up, whatever, and they're making it work. Even though CD had the drops, take it with the drops, and they both have 100-yard nights. And the Cowboys should be credited with handling not 1 but 2 diva-ass wide receivers and Dak Prescott, who was not good for the first half. And this was the worst. This is one of the worst halves he's had all season long. Dak's been awesome. You look at the body of work. I know they're 500. I know they're probably not going to make the playoffs. Don't blame number 4. That guy's played his ass off all year. And he's got 2 wide receivers. He's gotten Ferguson back into it. He's really good against the blitz. He's a great leader. Love the kid. They're coming off the death of the guy. I'm happy for the Cowboys, and as much shit as I like to give them and Jerry and all them, they've had a hell of a 2 weeks. And to see them get this win tonight, and that after being down 21-0, which, by the way, tied the franchise record for biggest comeback in team history, which shocks me. I'm happy for Dak. I'm happy for the Cowboys. Good night for Dallas.
Of all the things you said, I take the leader word most serious in tonight's game, because a leader, when things are going bad, you have to see your leader's body language and how he's approaching the game. And the leadership is what shined through tonight. Like, okay, I threw a pick. Let me get back out here. Okay, 21-7, 24. Kept chopping wood. That's, to me, again, he threw some great balls, threw some bad balls, but he kept playing. And that reverberates throughout the entire sideline. And they all kept playing. And then, okay, we got 21-14, and the defense, they tightened up the helmet and they got busy too. So overall, great second half of football
Mm-hmm.
for your Dallas Cowboys outside of, the fourth and goal or whatever, missed Aubrey field goal or what have you.
Yeah. Despite the tactical issues that I have with Schottenheimer and the decision making on fourth down, the leadership's not a problem, and it usually is. With Dak and Schotty and that staff, and he'll credit Matt Eberflus. Was he very good in the first 6-7 games? No. But was he also missing 3 of his 4 starting secondary members? Yeah.
Right.
And the Cowboys went out and traded for Quinnen Williams. They now have guys back from injury, and all of a sudden, no one's bitched about Eberflus in 3 weeks. Imagine, it's funny how that works. You get better players on the team, the defense plays better, and no one hates Matt Eberflus anymore. It's pretty fun.
Yeah. I cut you off. I think there was some more money in here. I cut you off.
Oh, no, it's all good. We'll get to it as we go. The official Russian oligarch gave us $50. Thank you, Rib. Thanks, man. Taylor, you called it and got it right for once.
Wow. You gave us $50, so we'll let that slide.
You can say whatever you want for $50. Yeah, you bet your ass I'm going to talk shit because it's hard to get things right in the NFL.
It is hard.
That big, man. Doom 32 by 4 is in the building. Thank you, Doom. The look on Jerry's face after 21-0 was priceless. Glad it was reversed for selfish reasons, but also sad to see it go for other reasons. And that's the life of the Cowboy fan.
Right.
You despise Jerry. You tolerate him. You get beaten down and embarrassed by him, yet we still all root for his team. It's quite the paradox.
Dude, I thought I was watching an episode, and this before Bookie's time. I thought I was watching an episode of Scooby-Doo. At the end of the Scooby-Doo, you pull off the mask and all.
Yeah.
I was like, they're gonna pull off Shotty's head, and it's gonna be Dan Campbell under there.
I know.
Like,
what the hell was that?
What are you doing?
Come
what
on,
are you doing,
man? God Almighty! Come on, man, dude.
I was like, is Dan Campbell over there? Is that Shotty or is that Dan Campbell?
I'm happy that he's got guts and balls. That's great because I don't want Wade Phillips over there. Well, I don't want, man. I want a coach that's got swagger and confidence, but there's a difference between having swagger and confidence and being arrogant.
Right.
And we saw some arrogance tonight, some overconfidence by Shotty. Dude, play for it's okay. I know it's 2025. I agree with 80% of the analytics, but every once in a while you got to play for field position. So every once in a while you got to, they always say he plays Marty ball. He didn't play no Marty ball tonight. His daddy would have kicked the field goal and punted on those 2 possessions.
Right. Do you have the box score in front of you, Mike?
I do, sir. Yes, sir.
What was the total rushing yards for the Cowboys?
Good question.
I'm a nitpick. I'm gonna nitpick one more time.
Total rushing yards, 125.
So my other nitpick is this. Like,
yes, sir.
I think anybody with 2 eyes should be high on the play of number 4. Dak's played out of his mind, but I would like to see him trust Javonte Williams a little bit more. Or Malik Day, whoever it is, just trust the run game a little bit more. That's a very good run defense team, and you got up over 100 yards. It probably should have been more around 150, 175. But again, Dak's playing great, and Shotty's mindset is if I'm going down with number 4, and I respect that. But I go back to the face of Richard Sherman made when Pete Carroll decided to throw the ball in the Super Bowl, and you got beast mode who's going off, and you throw the ball a couple times down there on the goal line. Like Javonte Williams literally just ran for 6 yards. Most coaches in that amount like, oh shit, we getting 6 yards? I'm going back to him. So props for trusting Dak. I get it. I'm gonna go down with my guy, but trust Javonte more. When somebody shows you who they are, believe them. Javonte Williams runs hard.
Yeah, man.
Give him the ball on 4th and goal after he just got 6 yards. Make him stop you again. Trust him a little more.
20 carries in this game for 87 yards. Malik Davis had 3 carries for 24 yards, but all 3 of them were key runs that they needed at
trust
the time.
Him a little more.
The timing of their production. And again, as I jump on Schottenheimer tonight, he gets CD Lamb hurt in the first Eagles game, using him as a running back. And then we got the smallest guy in Texas, Cavante Turpin, and I love the kid. He's a frog.
Me too.
But he got 2 carries in this game, and he had the bad fumble. What are we doing? I think I might outweigh him by 25 pounds. Can we stop giving wide receivers the ball as a running back already? God almighty.
Yeah, I know it's cute. It's cute.
Stupid.
But you got Javonte Williams, who's been probably their behind Quinnen Williams now, probably their third best pickup behind Pickens and Quinnen. It doesn't make any sense to me. Give him the ball. He's playing his ass off.
Dak Prescott tonight, 23 of 36, 348 yards passing, 2 tutties, had the bad interception in the end zone, which was on Dak for sure, but made up for it, had 103 rating, and Dak tonight passes Tony Romo as the all-time leading passer in Cowboys history. We talked about this the other day.
That don't even sound right.
I know, it's crazy. Dak, when he's retired, will own every major Cowboys quarterback statistical record that counts.
Yeah.
But we all know the one he wants, and he wants playoff victories. It sucks because he's so good so often, and we know what will haunt him forever. And he's played terrific all year. They're only 500. I don't even know if to make the playoffs, but you can't blame my boy number 4. Credit to Dak Prescott. Love the guy. He's played great this year. And now no one's ever thrown for more yards. And I know that football changes and they pass more than ever than they did. And
he's not handing the ball off to Emmitt Smith and running behind Larry Allen.
He's not. But he's been in the league now 10 years. He was a 4th round pick. They never intended for him to be the starter. It's a hell of a great story. How lucky those Joneses get. Romo was an undrafted free agent that Sean Payton had to talk Parcells into doing just because they knew his mom and he went to the same college. And so Parcells invites him to training camp and he winds up starting for 9 years. Dak was a throwaway pick in the 4th round because they needed a backup to Romo because Romo was getting older. Jerry wanted to trade up and get that white kid from Michigan State, and they couldn't do it. So they're like, oh, hell, take the kid from Mississippi State. And they wound up with a 10-year starter. And and Dak and Romo are now 1 and 2 all time in Cowboys passing. Lucky bastard, that Jerry Jones.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't deserve it either. He got lucky on both of them.
Dak is in division, and Buki, look this up for me. But in division,
it's crazy.
At home, Dak is
70%,
top notch. I think it's higher than that.
Maybe.
I think it's higher than that, man.
Luis
in division at home.
Luis is in the building. Great win. No fan. I have money. The Cowboys will take a wild card spot. Well, Luis, I hope you win the money because we'll get paid. Me and Rudy will make extra money because we'll have a sponsor for the playoff postgame show, I'm sure.
Holy shit.
George
21 and 2 at home in division.
Is that what in his career?
21 and 2 in his career at home in the division.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not bad. That's pretty good.
What were you going to say? You got some more money, my friend?
Yeah. But ironically, what haunts Dak and keeps him up at night is no January success. Damn.
Got to get a conference championship
at least. Luis, great win. Not a fan. I have money on the Cowboys. I'll take a wild card spot. George, 1980. Shador Sanders, 5th round pick. My butt. Yeah, did the Browns hang on and win tonight? Beat the Raiders.
That's how bad. That's how bad the Raiders are. 5th round. The 5th round picks are beating them.
Yeah, the Cowboys looked like Super Bowl contenders last Monday night against them. God, they're so terrible. 21 and 2 at home.
At home. That's at home. That's
seriously?
At home.
Good Lord. I didn't realize it was that good.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Toro Loco, can we give some flowers to that kicking teammate who caused that fumble? That white dude with the blonde hair. Had you ever heard of him until he forced the fumble?
I don't pay attention to special teams.
No, certainly not guys like that. No, absolutely not. Crazy.
Yeah, definitely give him some flowers. But I will also punch. I know we're not doing Kel today, but I'll punch Gibson for not letting that be a touchback. That was going to be. Do you know Angler doesn't have a touchback this season?
Really?
So we talk a lot about Aubrey, but Angler does not have a touchback this season.
Yeah,
that should have been his first.
Yeah, absolutely should have been his first.
Should have been his first.
All right, it's Cowboys post-game knee-jerk presented by Legacy Pools of San Antonio, also presented in part by GC Services Roofing. It's time for the Raise the Roof play of the game presented by GC Services Roofing, the official Roofing Company in the building on our post-game show. Rudy, what is the Raise the Roof play of the game tonight for you?
Because that stadium is so ginormous and so badly engineered, it's hard for it to feel like most NFL stadiums. But when Dak somersaulted into the end zone, I could finally feel it. There's been plays over the years where that happens, but they're few and far between because the place is just too big. It's too far away from the action. But him somersaulting, the emotion, and I actually felt it through my TV. I'm gonna go with the GC Services Roofing play of the game. Raise the Roof with Dak scampered in from 10 yards out and front flips into the end zone.
Yeah, I agree. I was going to go with that. You took it, but that's fine.
Okay.
That's clearly that was. I don't love him somersaulting like that and falling weird like that. But
No, me neither.
Dude. And he's in and that's another reason. You and I've talked about this this season. I'm just so impressed with Dak for staying in it. I mean, the guy's got $100 million in his checking account, if not more.
More.
He's got no other reasons to keep going. I don't know that he'll ever win another playoff game, but he just keeps coming back every year and fighting and clawing for this team. And he didn't put himself in that position. Most of us don't even want him as the quarterback anymore. Most of us want the Cowboys to find a way. Sorry, the stuff I deal with here off the air. Most of us would like the Cowboys to start the process of finding another quarterback. All he does is show back up, bust his ass, be a great leader,
dude,
be a hell of a representative for this franchise. And frankly, honestly, the Joneses don't deserve Dak Prescott, if I might say so myself. Thumbs up to Dak. I love the guy.
I feel bad because a lot of it comes from the fact that I just want to sit down and have some tequila with the dude.
Me too.
And talk shit. Like, what I mean?
And have him be honest and tell us they're straight up. Because Dak's a company man for sure. He's a company man.
I just want to kick it with him. So that's a part of my reason why I have a love affair with him. Like, I base my life off of if I would want to have a beer with you. And and if I don't, I'm like, fuck, I hate that guy. But
right.
Dak, I want to sit back and just kick it with Dak and talk about life and shit.
Yeah, for sure. He's just a good dude, man.
Yeah.
He's been through a lot. He's busted his ass. No one thought anything from him. No one thought he'd ever make it in the NFL, much less start. And here he is 10 years in, and he's now the all-time leading passer in Cowboys history. Y'all can shit on the postseason record, and that's fine. I get it. But to spend 10 years as the starter of this team and break Staubach and Aikman and Romo's records, I mean, come on, man.
Yeah.
You can't. How can you shit on the guy? Toro Loco is in the building with $1.99. Thank you. It's his Sunday tithe, he says. Well, thank you. Jesus appreciate you giving money
Toro
to me
Loco.
and Rudy. We appreciate it.
Tithing, although Toro Loco, tithing is 10%. So unless you only make $20 a week, you're a little short.
A little short. All right.
I'm kidding. Thank you, Toro.
It's funny. I guess it's November. I don't know what to make of it. Cowboy fans, the number one topic right now with this thing is George Pickens is the number one receiver.
Who cares who it is?
Who cares? There's no way they're going to give him a multi-year extension. They're going to franchise tag him probably to buy themselves another year. Question is he going to be okay with that? Because there's a reason why the Steelers were ready to get rid of him. Is he going to be cool with franchise tag?
He's going to turn into an asshole. And he's going to turn into an asshole. But the thing is, they get mad at the teams. You got to get mad at the union. The union keeps agreeing to this. Like the vitriol is directed in the wrong direction. The vitriol has to come from, hey, you got 52 guys on 32 teams that agreed to this. Get mad at the union if you want. But if Pickens gets franchise tag, we will see Pittsburgh Steeler George Pickens.
Well, then get ready for it because I don't see how they give him a multi-year deal yet at this point.
No, you can't. It doesn't make business sense.
Not right now. Unless something else happens between now and the free agency period signing period. Rather, I said that wrong. Unless something between now and March, unless something else happens, someone gets released or traded or whatever. They need to franchise tag him. It's not their fault that that's what the union negotiated. If you want to be a pro and you want to stay here, and you're going to make over $20 million because you're going to get the average price of the top 5 highest paid guys.
Right.
Figure out a way to make it work, dude. I know it's not long-term, satisfaction, or it's not, not insurance for your life, but take it up with the union. The Cowboys have to make the right decision for them. If you can't handle it and you act like an immature asshole, then good luck. Go to Cleveland. Go have fun with the Browns or somebody else like that next year.
And again, circling back to the Micah trade.
Mm-hmm.
I love seeing the pocket being collapsed from the interior and getting interior sacks. They don't even have a good edge rusher. They got some okay edge rushers, but a lot of those pockets that Jalen Hurts was flushed out of is because of what's going on in the interior line, which is a great start to fixing everything. You can't fix everything within one season, but the sack that Odigizua got on that, on that third down, like those aren't easy to come by. Like, Aaron Donald or JJ Watts, there's some Warren Sapps. They happen with the elite of the elite, but to see the pocket being collapsed consistently in the second half was very, very refreshing because once they do have a true edge rusher, which they're going to address it, be a really good defense.
Yeah, they've got like you said. I mean, they've got 3 1s in the next 2 drafts. I keep harping on this kid, Siobhan Ravel. I love him.
He's the flavor of the month.
Yeah,
his name. You brought him up a few weeks back. You're like, I love this kid. And then over the past couple of weeks, heard a lot of people very high on this Ravel kid. Definitely the flavor of the month right now.
Like him. And honestly, I don't know when Trayvon Diggs is going to be ready to play again. Does he automatically get his starting job back?
Well, keep in mind, Shotty's already benched him twice.
Yeah.
Shotty's benched him twice already. So I don't know if I want $95 million playing nickel. And I don't know if I want $95 million on the bench. But if what we're doing in the past couple of weeks is working, do I rock that boat? I saw Jimmy Johnson bench Troy Aikman. You think I give a shit about Trayvon Diggs?
No, you can't coach the money. You have to coach the best players during the season. Absolutely. Shout out Pete Armenta is in the building with a $5 donation. First time hearing you guys live. Thank you, Pete. Baby, isn't that the guy that made us do the thing the other night at the Spurs game? Oh, okay. Sorry, I got my Armentas mixed up. Anyway, thank you to Pete.
I have his shirt. He's picking up his shirt. I've had your shirt for like 2 weeks, Pete.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, go pick up your shirt. Rudy's got it over at store number 1. We have engravings tomorrow, by the way.
Yeah.
At 2 different locations. We'll talk about it on In the Building.
Yeah.
All right, it's Cowboys Knee Jerks presented by Legacy Pools of San Antonio. You got 2 incentives to do business. If you decide you're going to get a pool or maybe a spa, I know it's wintertime. A lot of people go get jacuzzis and stuff this time of the year. Or maybe you're looking at maybe the spring or summer. Anybody who gets a pool with Legacy Pools of San Antonio, and they're our people, and you mentioned in the building, Rudy and I will go to your house. We will spend an afternoon with you breaking in your pool. And you get a free heater with the purchase of a pool.
And I'm going to need that.
There's incentive for the fall and the winter. So anybody who does business at Legacy and mentions us, they will give you a free heater with the purchase of a pool. Small Poodle San Antonio business, owned and operated by my friend Lawrence and his wife, a female and couple-owned business. You will directly deal with them through this whole process. No sales folks or project managers that don't know what clients need. They build high-quality, very elegant, beautiful backyard projects, not just the pools, because they do kitchens, covered patios, exterior restrooms, privacy walls. Basically, they build you an outdoor yardscape that has a pool and or a spa.
I like the privacy fence.
Yeah, man. LegacyPoolsofSA.com. LegacyPoolsofSA.com.
Privacy wall. This way,
wall. Yeah, not fence. Wall.
This way,
wall. My bad.
Y'all can have a good time out there at the pool.
Honestly, I wouldn't even activate Trayvon Diggs.
You wouldn't?
Well, I said 3 weeks ago, I'm hoping that they can make up for him where they don't need him anymore. I don't know. Is he going to come in here and bitch like always? Is he going to be a big pizza and not engage when he has to make a tackle? Is he going to retweet Micah Parsons all night long? Because if he can join the club, because he's been an asshole since the beginning of the summer. If he'll recommit to the Cowboys, they are paying him $20 million this season, then maybe I've got room for him. He's just been an asshole all season long. It's frustrating.
If he has an ounce of Nick Saban left in his body, which he's running on E, there's this thing I truly believe in. It's called peer accountability. And your peers have a different attitude. There's a reason to come to work. There's a reason to believe. And if he has an ounce of Saban left in his body, the peer accountability that walked into that locker room from the New York Jets with Quentin Williams and Logan Wilson and just the change of attitude, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt for now. But if he comes back and he has the same body language, because 85% communication is nonverbal. If he has that same bullshit body language, I'll just bench his ass. But if he's gonna fall in line and catch a case of peer accountability, he can play. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you, Trayvon Diggs is a bum. He's not a bum. But he just has a shitty attitude, and that's worse than a bum. It's as bad as being a bum. It's just as bad. So I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. But if he acts like an asshole, bye. I'll bench you again.
All right, we'll make that the last point of the night. That's well said. All right, we'll do this again in the morning at 10 a.m. Central Texas time for those of y'all watching live. Me and Rudy and Jose live from our Southtown studios. We're in the building at 10 a.m. Cowboys win. We'll talk about this tomorrow. Oilers and Suns have just tipped off. They're in the first quarter, so we'll talk about that.
I'm about to go watch that.
And we'll get into all the other stuff. A lot of good stuff around the NFL. It's a short week. It's Thanksgiving week. We got a wonky schedule this week, but tomorrow we're all in on podcast at 10, members only at 11:45. So y'all make sure you're a member. It's only $4.99 a month to become a member on our channel. Love y'all hard. Thanks to the people. Thank you to Legacy Pools of San Antonio, GC Roofing and Services. Thank you to Jose Bouquet. Rudy and I will be back in the morning at 10 a.m. We'll see y'all on In the Building mañana. Cowboys win 24-21. Our next postgame show will be Thursday on Thanksgiving after the Chiefs game.
And we working.
We working. We got In the Building in the morning at 10 a.m. We'll see y'all then. Thank y'all, everybody. Good night. God bless.
We got to keep on doing. You can